Catherine's on. I believe.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. I'm just waiting to get a quorum.
Hi, Jean.
Here. And you make the quorum, so there's
Okay.
3 of us. I have not heard about Deani or Chris Quinn, so I will just
Okay.
So with that being said, we have a very full agenda tonight, and I would like to call this regular Board of Trustees meeting to order for the town of Green Mountain Falls. Today is Tuesday, January 5th. The time is 7:01, as previously stated. Margaret Peterson, Catherine Guthrie, and I are here currently, and we will keep watching for the attendance of the rest of the board. Oh, there's Chris Quinn. I see him on too.
I'm here, yes.
Great, thank you. And we'll watch for Deani. As I said, it's a very full agenda, so at this time, let's please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It always feels a little odd saying that by myself in this room, but always a good way to start a meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda as presented?
Madam Mayor, this is Angie. The accounts payables are not in this, so if we could continue that to the next meeting.
All right, so we can continue that. I also want to note that we have 2 number 9s on this agenda. What was that? So we have 2 number 9s on this agenda, so we want to change the annexation portion to 10, correspondence to 11, and reports to 12, and adjournment is 13. I would move to approve as amended.
I'll second. Chris Quinn.
Thanks, Chris. If there is no further discussion, all those in favor vote by saying aye.
Chris Quinn, aye.
Aye.
Catherine. And Deani's muted.
I said aye.
All right. So that item passes. Item 4 on the consent, or sorry, almost skipped right over public comment. Don't want to do that. This is for items not present on the agenda. We do have a list of a few people who want to comment, but I am going to take my mayor's privilege and caution you on just a couple of items. The 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals rendered a court decision in Steinberg versus Chesterfield County Planning, in which they concluded that as long as that they concluded that people can present their viewpoints and messages without resorting to personal attacks. I am going to uphold this. I think anything that is said in public comment, your point can be made without personal attacks. If you decide that that is your whole message, I will caution you. And if you continue, I can and will have you removed from the meeting. Decorum is an important part of every meeting, both on behalf of the board and on behalf of people attending. Everyone should be able to attend a meeting with feeling free of being attacked. Also, please remember there is a time limit with this lengthy discussion. We need to stick to that. And if you're basically agreeing what a previous person has said, state your name and address for the record and say, I agree with Mr. or Miss So-and-so. So with that being said, let's please maintain our dignity here and open our public comment. Our first person on it, and let me also add, some of the people on here are noted for the public hearing. But I have a note next to several people who want general public comment, the first being Rocco Blasi. If you would open this, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rocco Blasi, 10955 Belvedere Avenue. I have an issue I'd like to bring to the trustees' attention about lack of responsiveness. Going back to December 1st, when trustee meeting minutes mischaracterized my public comment, I submitted a request for correction on December 8th, which was one whole week prior to the December 15th trustee meeting. My request to correct the public record was ignored, prompting my call for a point of order at the December 15th meeting to correct the minutes. In response to Mayor Newberry's recommendation to submit my correction, I again emailed the town clerk and town manager email on December 22nd. An excerpt. Nothing was done to correct the misrepresentation of my remarks. This lack of responsiveness points to the issue of ineffectiveness of our town administration. Section 2-30 of the town code states, all reports, communications, or other matters to be submitted to the Board of Trustees for discussion shall be delivered to the town clerk no later than 4:30 p.m. on the Thursday prior to the trustees meeting. Question, why was my submittal ignored? Section 2-30 also stipulates the town clerk shall post copies of the agenda and the board packet to the town's website no later than the close of business on the Friday preceding the meeting. Has this requirement changed? Mayor, town manager, if not, why is it regularly being ignored? Why is the town code being violated? Question for the town manager. Can you explain the decision process of how one resident's item of correspondence is included while another is ignored? Further examples of lack of responsiveness. The December Park Rec Trails Advisory Board meeting canceled because the agenda was not posted in time. The push by the town manager to cancel the January 7th Fire Mitigation Committee meeting because she cannot support posting the agenda in time. I have real concerns about the cumbersome bureaucracy that's taking hold of our town of 800 residents. I'm concerned when I hear residents contacting town hall about dead and diseased trees, as well as the debris pile on Olathe Street, and being told to submit some arcane kudos and concerns form. What happened to the days of phoning or emailing town hall with a concern and having it addressed? I feel those days are over and our tax-paying residents will become further alienated at the expense of an ever-broadening, inappropriate bureaucracy for our small town. There are many who are dissatisfied with the direction the town has taken recently. In our recent past, Green Mountain Falls had no town manager. I contend that that model was both more responsive and way less costly. Certain trustees may feel satisfied paying a town manager for what previous trustees did themselves. Listen to our taxpayers. We are not satisfied with this expense and the lack of response from the town administration.
All right, thank you. Lamar Matthews.
Hi, thank you. I wanted to welcome Matthew Gordon, who's going to be sworn in today, this evening. As a citizen, I'm excited to have him to support our work that needs to get done in the town. My next comment is, I didn't realize there was an ordinance about it, but I was going to mention that a packet of 679 pages is really hard to get through when we get it the night before the meeting. So I didn't realize there was an ordinance that's supposed to be filed by Friday. prior to our Tuesday night meeting, but that would certainly be helpful because this is really difficult. The other comment I wanted to make is on number 9, resolution number 2020-06. This is regarding the signatories on the bank account, which I understand that you need to have that resolution for the authorized signatories. As a previous audit committee member of a national bank board, we were really careful to have segregated duties. And I just wondered if it's possible to have checks written over a certain amount would have to be approved by 2 people. It seems like a lot of power to give one person to be able to write an unlimited amount on the checking account. And maybe that's covered someplace else and I just don't know, but that was a question I had about that resolution. And then my only other comment was in support of the annexation that's going to be discussed later on this evening. So that's those are my comments.
All right, we will call on you again during the public hearing regarding the annexation. Thank you.
Thank you.
David Douglas.
Thank you, Mayor Newberry. David Douglas, 1115 Hondo Avenue. Well, I always hate to follow Rocco and say, but I would like to echo a couple of things. One is the point.
David, you keep blanking out here.
The town governance. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Gotcha now.
Hello?
I
Hear
can
me
hear.
now? Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you, but I think the
Okay.
wonder of Zoom is kicking all of us around.
Well, I'm just going to ditto the remarks about the getting the Board of Trustees packet out earlier, because I do think that the citizens ought to have a chance to review what's being discussed prior to the meeting. And I did not sign up to talk about the public discussion about the annexation. And since I did not, I want to express my support for the annexation at this time.
I can call on you during the public hearing if you like.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be fine. I just wanted to go ahead and get my 2 cents in.
All right,
So
well, let's call you
that's
during
really
that.
okay. That's all I had to say, Mayor Newberry.
All right, thank you very much, and I'll be sure I put it on my list here of people to call on in the public hearing. And
Okay.
last for public comment, Michael Frey. Is it Frey or Fry? I am looking to see if he is on here. I think I see them. Michael Frey. You're still muted. Matt, can you help him get unmuted? I'm not getting anywhere on that.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Is that right?
Now I've got you.
Okay. I just wanted to voice support for the annexation and opposition to the idea of paid parking. I think we're a small town. We ought to act like a small town, and I think we want to be a friendly small town and inviting so that the businesses can continue to survive. And I think paid parking will just be a deterrent to people coming into town. So I'd like to just voice opposition to that idea. And I don't know where that is in the agenda, but that was my primary comment tonight.
All right, thank you. It is not actually on this agenda tonight. There is a survey out in the public realm, and I would encourage everyone to take it. The nice thing about the survey is it gives people plenty of room to comment, not just yes or no, but to actually also give comments and ideas, because right now it is still very much of a idea that is floating out there. There it is online. You can see where to reach that on our GMF website, and I would encourage everyone to have a look into it because it is something that does affect everybody.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
thank you. With that being said, we are on to the consent agenda. We have already stricken the accounts payable. But there is the land code rewrite project, the attorney engagement agreement with Attorney Nina Williams of Murray, Dahlberry, and Renaud, and the 2020 audit engagement letter of Logan and Associates. Angie, you want to give me a little background information on both of those?
All right, just had to unmute myself there, Madam Mayor. Sure, the land use code rewrite project, the attorney engagement agreement would be for Attorney Nina Williams of Murray, Dahl, Berry, and Renaud. I'm probably not pronouncing that properly, but there it is.
And the wonder of Zoom, you're frozen there for a minute, Angie.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?